Key 1. Stoic, have you ever paused to think about what happens when you're no longer the center of someone's world? Imagine for a moment that you vanish from their life. No more calls, no text, no interaction at all. What unfolds in the silence you leave behind? This isn't just a hypothetical thought experiment. It's a powerful window into understanding the profound impact we have on each other's lives and the unexpected lessons we can learn when we step back. Today, let's dive deep into the transformative power of absence, using Stoicism to explore how disappearing can lead to personal growth, stronger relationships, and a more resilient sense of self. I invite you to keep an open mind as we navigate these ideas that many of you have already found to be transformative. If you're new here or haven't subscribed yet, now's the perfect time to join us. Hit that subscribe button and share this journey with others who seek growth and wisdom. Skeptics may find some of these thoughts challenging, but I encourage you to watch until the end. What we discuss today is essential for anyone looking to deepen their self-awareness and understand the Stoic principles that can help us lead more fulfilled lives. So, let's dive in. Remember, self-discovery is about asking the right questions as much as finding the answers. Imagine the sting you feel when someone suddenly stops reaching out, stops responding, and disappears from your life without explanation. It's not just about a single message left unanswered. It's the silence, the absence from your day-to-day existence. At first, it feels like a personal snub, an ego blow. You start asking yourself, did I say something wrong? Was it me? Did I misinterpret the signals? This experience of rejection is unsettling, even painful, but Stoic philosophy offers us an important lesson. Instead of seeing rejection as a personal attack, Stoicism teaches us to recognize it as a part of life that's outside our control. The only thing we can control is how we react. Marcus Aurelius, a Stoic philosopher, famously said, "You have power over your mind, not outside events." Realize this, and you will find strength. When someone disappears, it's an opportunity to practice this wisdom. Acknowledge the hurt without letting it overwhelm you. Stoicism encourages us to detach from the need for external validation. Our worth isn't defined by another person's attention or lack thereof. Rejection becomes a path to freedom. It frees us from a need to please others and centers our self-worth in our own virtues and actions. While rejection can be painful, it's also an invitation for growth. It challenges us to strengthen our emotional resilience and focus on our true selves, not dependent on others' validation. Rejection teaches us how to use adversity as a stepping stone to become more self-sufficient and less reliant on external approval. When someone vanishes from our life, curiosity takes over. We wonder, why did they leave? What did I miss? What are they doing now without me? This natural response to uncertainty can be both constructive and destructive. Stoic philosophy suggests that curiosity isn't about prying into someone else's life, but rather about reflecting on the dynamics of the relationship. It invites us to analyze our past interactions and consider what we can learn from them. However, if left unchecked, curiosity can spiral into overthinking, speculation, and anxiety. Stoicism teaches us that while we can't control another person's actions or reasons for leaving, we can control how we respond. Instead of obsessing over their choices, we can redirect that curiosity towards self-reflection. We can ask, what does this curiosity reveal about my own needs? What can I learn about my values and how I relate to others? In this way, curiosity becomes a tool for self-discovery rather than an endless search for answers about the other person. Stoicism encourages us to reflect on how we can grow from the experience, develop emotional resilience, and prepare ourselves better for future uncertainties. By understanding ourselves better, we not only cope with loss, but also become stronger and more adaptable. When someone disappears, it's like a mirror is suddenly held up to our lives. We're forced to look at ourselves in a way we may not have done before. This isn't just about wondering what went wrong or why they left. It's about examining our own behavior and reactions. What role did we play in the dynamics that led to their departure? Did we overlook signs of discomfort or disinterest? Did we become too dependent or lose sight of our own needs? Stoicism encourages this kind of deep introspection. It teaches us to turn inward, observe our own actions, and examine our responses honestly. Marcus Aurelius often spoke about the importance of self-examination, urging us to observe ourselves as critically as we might examine someone else. This kind of reflection isn't about blaming ourselves, but about becoming more self-aware and improving ourselves. By reflecting on our relationships, we can identify both our strengths and our vulnerabilities. We learn to establish healthier boundaries and manage our expectations better. Stoicism also teaches us acceptance, not just accepting others as they are, but accepting that we cannot control other people's actions. This realization can be liberating. It shifts the focus from trying to control others to focusing on our own growth, self-reliance, and resilience. In essence, the disappearance of someone from our lives can be a transformative experience. It challenges us to reflect, grow, and align more deeply with our true selves. Absence doesn't just leave a void. It presents an opportunity for profound personal growth. By embracing Stoic principles, we can turn rejection, curiosity, and self-reflection into powerful tools for self-discovery and emotional strength. Key 1. Stoic when it comes to navigating life's challenges. Stoicism teaches us that the only true control we have is over ourselves, not external circumstances or other people. Life is constantly presenting us with opportunities to grow, and each situation, no matter how difficult, invites us to practice virtues like patience, courage, and self-discipline. For instance, when someone important disappears from your life, it's not just a loss. It's a chance to refine how you respond emotionally. How do you deal with the uncertainty? How do you cope with change and loss? These questions, though tough, can spark significant personal growth and development. By reflecting on our emotional reactions, we build a stronger foundation of self-reliance and confidence, learning to depend more on our internal values than on external validation. In Stoic philosophy, independence goes beyond just being alone. It's about emotional resilience, the ability to make decisions and stand firm on your own, regardless of what's happening around you. When someone you rely on suddenly vanishes, it can feel daunting. It might even seem like you've been thrown into isolation. But this is exactly the kind of moment where you can build greater personal autonomy. Stoicism teaches that true freedom comes from being as independent from external factors as possible. If a person's absence makes you question your happiness or self-worth, then it's an opportunity to reassess your dependencies and find strength within yourself. This shift in perspective can reveal parts of yourself that were previously overshadowed by the relationship. It gives you the space to explore neglected hobbies, interests, or even other friendships, enriching your life with pursuits that contribute to your personal growth. Stoicism doesn't just teach us to endure hardship. It encourages us to see every challenge as a chance to exercise key virtues like patience, temperance, and resilience. Each day, without that person, presents an opportunity to practice those principles and to reinforce your ability to live a fulfilling life on your own terms. Moreover, embracing independence through a Stoic mindset transforms the way you view future relationships. You begin to realize that while relationships bring great value to life, your well-being shouldn't depend on them. This understanding shifts the dynamic from neediness to mutual respect and shared values, strengthening the foundation for more genuine, fulfilling connections. As you become more self-sufficient, you also grow more resilient to the fear of future losses. No matter who enters or exits your life, you'll know you can maintain your stability and continue on your path. This doesn't mean you won't miss people or feel pain when they leave, but it does mean that your overall happiness won't be derailed by external changes. You become emotionally resilient, grounded in your own inner strength. Anxiety, often triggered when someone unexpectedly leaves our lives, can feel overwhelming. It's not just about the absence of the person, but the uncertainty they bring with them. When someone vanishes without explanation, it disrupts the sense of security we often rely on in relationships, leaving us vulnerable and unsettled. Here, Stoicism offers a powerful response. While we can't control the actions of others, we can control how we respond to them. Stoic philosophy encourages us to examine our anxieties critically. What specific fears are fueling this unease? Often, we find that anxiety stems from unrealistic expectations about how things should be, which are beyond our control. Once we recognize this, we can begin to focus on what's within our power, our own actions, thoughts, and responses to the situation. Rather than ruminating on what we've lost, Stoicism urges us to focus on what we still have or what we can achieve. By shifting our attention to the present moment, we reduce the weight of anxious thoughts about the future. Practicing mindfulness, staying grounded in the now, helps minimize anxiety and regain emotional equilibrium. Another Stoic approach to anxiety is to view it as an opportunity to practice virtue, particularly courage. Courage isn't just about physical bravery. It's about facing our internal fears with resolve. When we feel anxiety about someone's disappearance, we have the chance to confront these fears head-on, allowing us to build emotional strength and resilience. Stoicism also teaches the exercise of premeditation, mentally preparing for potential challenges and viewing them not as unexpected events, but as part of the natural flow of life. If we regularly remind ourselves that loss is a part of life, we become better prepared emotionally when it occurs. Finally, in the aftermath of someone's departure, a surprising yet profound emotion often emerges: appreciation. Though it may initially feel like a void, this space can fill with a newfound sense of gratitude for the relationship and the memories shared. This aligns with Stoic teachings on the transient nature of life and the importance of reflecting on impermanence. Marcus Aurelius, a Stoic philosopher, emphasized the value of treasuring each moment because we never know how long it will last. The absence of someone in our life can, in time, lead us to appreciate not just the good times, but also the personal growth that came from that relationship. This practice of gratitude transforms what could be a painful experience into one of reflection and wisdom. It teaches us that every relationship, no matter how brief, contributes to our journey of self-understanding and growth. By embracing this perspective, we learn to cherish the moments we had, without clinging to them or letting their absence define us. In the end, Stoicism teaches us that everything, including loss, can become a catalyst for deepening our appreciation for life and the relationships that shape it. Key 1. Stoic loss, while painful, can often transform into a celebration of the moments shared and the lessons learned. When someone exits our life, it has a way of highlighting their impact on us. We begin to see the qualities in them that we might have taken for granted when they were present. Perhaps their support was a constant we never fully appreciated until now, or maybe it's their unique perspective on everyday matters that we miss most. This realization extends far beyond the person themselves. It's about recognizing the lessons they imparted, whether intentionally or simply as a byproduct of your shared time together. Stoic philosophy encourages us to use these moments of departure as an opportunity to deeply appreciate those still in our lives. Seneca, a Stoic philosopher, wrote often about the importance of cherishing our loved ones not just after they've gone, but in the present moment. This heightened awareness can lead to richer, more meaningful connections as we're reminded of the fragility of life and the preciousness of our relationships. This form of appreciation isn't limited to others, either. It's about recognizing the personal growth you might have achieved in response to someone's absence. Maybe you've discovered resilience within yourself that you didn't know existed, or developed new hobbies and skills in the space they left behind. This self-appreciation is critical because it shifts our focus from what we've lost to what we've gained, turning emptiness into fertile ground for personal development and growth. In moments of loss, we're often forced to reflect, not only on our relationships, but on the broader spectrum of our personal beliefs and values. These moments can prompt us to confront some of life's most profound questions. What truly matters to us? How do our values align with our daily actions and decisions? This kind of introspection is at the heart of Stoic philosophy, which teaches us to live in alignment with our virtues and reason. When someone exits our life, intentionally or otherwise, it gives us a unique opportunity for stillness, a moment that prompts reflection on whether our relationships and behaviors genuinely reflect our deepest values. For instance, if honesty and loyalty are core values for you, thinking about a past relationship may reveal whether those values were truly honored or if compromise led us astray. This reflection can lead to a reevaluation of how we spend our time and energy, an essential concept in Stoic thought. Seneca emphasized the finite nature of time and the importance of spending it wisely, on pursuits that fulfill and enrich us, rather than those that drain us or lead us off course. The absence of someone can bring a sharp realization of how much time was spent catering to their needs at the expense of our own, and it can prompt us to realign with activities and relationships that are more nurturing and in harmony with our core beliefs. The departure of someone doesn't just change that particular relationship. It can lead to a full reset of dynamics across your entire social and personal landscape. This isn't merely about filling the void. It's an opportunity to reevaluate how we interact with others and ourselves, ensuring that those interactions reflect who we truly are. Stoicism teaches us adaptability, reminding us that we have the ability to realign our lives with our principles, no matter the disruption. The absence of a person can push us to examine who we are when we're no longer defined by that relationship. Stoic teachings, like those of Epictetus, suggest that true freedom comes from being self-sufficient and unaffected by external changes. This reset challenges us to cultivate an inner strength, where stability and contentment don't rely on the presence of others, but are rooted in our own integrity and self-worth. Moreover, these shifts in dynamics often lead to healthier relationships. For example, if the person who left was dominant or demanding, their absence may create emotional space that allows more balanced relationships to thrive. You might find yourself reconnecting with old friends, deepening bonds that were previously neglected, or even forging new connections that better support your emotional and psychological needs. This reset also influences how we approach future relationships. The insights gained from someone leaving help us establish better boundaries, set more realistic expectations, and become more selective about how we invest our time and energy. From a Stoic perspective, each change in dynamics is also a test of virtue. Are we able to respond with patience and understanding? Can we maintain our composure, even in the face of disruption? Are we willing to forgive and move forward without bitterness? At its core, the reset is a reminder of the impermanence of relationships and the transient nature of life itself. Marcus Aurelius, another great Stoic philosopher, wrote extensively about the ever-changing world and encouraged us to embrace change rather than resist it. The loss of someone in your life may make you confront the reality that people come and go, but what remains constant is your ability to control your responses and maintain your integrity. By accepting this truth, you free yourself from the anxiety and frustration of trying to control things that are beyond your reach. The essence of Stoic wisdom is to focus on what you can control: your thoughts, your actions, and your character. while accepting the impermanence of everything else. Through this acceptance, you gain a deeper understanding of both yourself and the world around you. In practical terms, embracing impermanence allows you to move forward with grace and clarity, unburdened by regret or resistance. This doesn't mean letting go of love or attachment, but rather, it's about recognizing the inevitability of change and finding peace within that truth. By doing so, you align yourself with the natural flow of life, growing stronger, wiser, and more at peace with the ebbs and flows of human connection. Thank you for taking this journey through the wisdom of Stoicism and the lessons of loss. As we reflect on the impermanence of relationships, remember that sometimes stepping back is the best way to move forward. Keep seeking wisdom, embracing self-growth, and understanding that each step, whether it's one of joy or loss, brings us closer to living a more meaningful and virtuous life.